This week on the Steel Report.
We're in full alignment. How do we work together to make sure that patients and families can focus on getting well?
Our mission is to take the financial stress and burden off of the patient.
And that mission is being accomplished through a unique partnership involving the MercyOne Dubuque Cancer Center and the Avery Foundation. We'll show you how they're working together. Plus, Love Inc. is bringing back the Christmas store. Learn all about it from Colonel Glenn Keith. And our program begins right now.
Now from KWWL, this is the Steel Report.
And welcome to this week's edition of the Steel Report. In just a few minutes on today's program, we'll bring you all the information you need as Love Inc.'s Christmas store is coming back to help Cedar Valley area families this holiday season. But first of all, the ongoing work of a Dubuque-based nonprofit organization called the Avery Foundation. It's working with the MercyOne Dubuque Cancer Center in an effort to help cancer patients and their families. I first introduced you to the Avery Foundation 7 years ago when founder Ron Avery was a guest right here on the Steel Report. Ron was joined that day by his young son Cody on this program, can you believe it, 7 years ago. As Ron talked about his brand new foundation, which gives money directly to families dealing with cancer in their lives. Money for expenses like transportation to and from doctor appointments, and money for meals and overnight stays while at those doctor appointments and other special requests. The Avery family knows firsthand what other families are going through, as Ron lost his sister Julie several years ago and his brother Jim recently to cancer back in 2015, while 4 other family members in the Avery family have also had to deal with cancer. Recently, at the Avery Foundation's annual gala in Dubuque, hundreds turned out to support the foundation. They also learned that the Avery Foundation just surpassed the $500,000 mark in money given directly to families dealing with a cancer diagnosis.
Our mission is to take the financial stress and burden off of the patients. When you get diagnosed with cancer, it never even crosses your mind the expenses you're going to incur to travel for your treatments. And that's what we want to take care of, is we don't want you to have any financial stress. Stress is bad on a healthy person, and a person that's battling cancer, it's even more harmful. So we need to get that stress out of them so they can concentrate on their battle with cancer.
And Ron says the foundation's grants can cover a wide variety of expenses.
Our basic coverage is we pay mileage from the patient's house to the clinic, and we pay 45 cents a mile. We pay for meals. So the day they have to travel, we'll pay for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. $12 for breakfast, $15 for lunch, and $20 for dinner. And then if they have to stay overnight, we'll pay up to $125 for their hotel rooms. So we still pay for families no matter where they go. We have had some patients go down to the Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Texas, Bethesda, Maryland. We cover it. We don't discriminate. Wherever you need care, because there are those special cancers that you need to go to a specialist, and we're going to help you get there.
In addition, the foundation has established a unique partnership with the MercyOne Dubuque Cancer Center to further the impact of both organizations on the tri-states area of Dubuque.
Actually, very shortly after we decided that we needed to offer comprehensive cancer care in this region, Ron Avery actually reached out to me and immediately offered his support. One of the first people to call and say, Kay, we need this, and if there's anything that I can do to help you in getting this built, let me know, because we want to make sure that we're working together to take care of patients. And the Avery Foundation, from the very beginning through present day, has just been a great partner in helping patients and families to really focus on their care and getting well, rather than trying to figure out how are they going to overcome some of the barriers about where am I going to stay if I have to, be in the community for a period of time. How am I going to swing maybe some of the resources that I need? That's what they do so effectively.
Well, I went to Kay and told her what we're going to do, and she was all for it. And at that time, they were just beginning the planning of MercyOne and having to go to the state to be okayed. And so it worked out great that the Cancer Center opened up shortly after we started. We're recycling those dollars right back into our community, which is great, because those patients we give our donations to, they'll spend it at our restaurants and our hotels, our gas stations. So it's almost like we're recycling it right back into the economy in the tri-states. The first check went out in December of 2017. So we're coming up on 7 years, and it's unbelievable the growth that we've had. And MercyOne is such a big part of our foundation because of all the patients they send our way. And they're such a great staff here.
The $25 million two-story, 40,000 square foot facility is located right on the MercyOne Dubuque Medical Center campus on Mercy Drive, just off Hill Street in Dubuque. For more than 4 years now, the MercyOne Dubuque Cancer Center has been providing a comprehensive, holistic, and integrated cancer care plan for patients, many of whom no longer have to travel longer distances for their treatments to places like Iowa City, Madison, or Rochester.
Very, very proud of the MercyOne Dubuque Cancer Center, and it was very much a team effort and really vision and something that our community felt was really important for cancer care in this area. We wanted to create a cancer care experience that was comprehensive, that was integrated, so that patients and their families could come to a place where all of the services were really under one roof, and we were all working together really with them as the center of our care. And so we set out to do that, actually opened the Cancer Center in June of 2020, so right in the midst of the pandemic. And now we're, 4 years into it, and there's just such an enormous need for excellent cancer care, highest standards of cancer care with the incidence of cancer, which we know there's more cancer. I think we're doing better from a treatment standpoint, but more cancer because people are surviving cancer. And but in this region especially, we have a very high incidence, and we want to make sure people have the care that they need right here at home. It's just a great project for us.
Jackie Bierman is the director of the MercyOne Dubuque Cancer Center.
We pride ourselves on the comprehensive piece of the Cancer Center, specifically in the fact that that is not something that patients are easily able to find. It is unique, and it's hard to believe that it is unique, but you have everything all in one building. Patients don't have to travel far. They have the chemotherapy in one building. They have the radiation in one building. We have palliative care. We have psychosocial needs. All of those needs are met essentially here, and we're here to be able to care for that and for the families as well. So I was not part of when it first came about. I was excited to meet Ron when I came on board because the staff are very well versed in Ron and the Avery Foundation. All they can talk about is all the positive things of it. Basically, anytime we have patients that are having needs, we know that it essentially goes to that patient and their need. Any donation, any type of need, whether it's transportation, whether it's lodging, whether it is a piece of equipment. We've been able to call up the foundation and essentially ask for what they can help with. And they have been right there at our beck and call and helping meet any need.
At the Cancer Center, nurse navigators like Liz Weber are key components of this relationship involving the Avery Foundation and the Cancer Center.
So my role is the oncology nurse navigator here, and basically what that means is we try to meet new cancer patients to the center here and be their advocate and be their support along their oncology journey. So whether that means helping them with financial assistance, food assistance, helping them navigate and coordinate appointments. We are kind of like their go-to person, their support person, their friendly face inside and outside the cancer center, and try to make their transition into the oncology world as smooth as possible. So we meet patients at all stages of their diagnosis, so whether or not they are brand new and just got the diagnosis from the physician, or if they already were told from a primary care physician. So we meet them at all different stages. So emotionally, they can be at any point in that journey. So we try to help them process where they're at, understand and truly comprehend, and then educate them on their disease to help them. After we meet patients, patients usually have a lot more sense of calm, a lot more sense of peace once they meet with us. They have a better understanding of what it is and what their future will look like here in the Cancer Center. They know what to expect after they meet us. So that whole entire stress and unknown, we try to take all that away from patients. So that way they have that sense of comfort, and we essentially become their family after they come here every 2 to 3 weeks. We know them just as well as their family members do by the end. And that is what makes us so special here at Mercy, is that we have that small community focused aspect here.
Here is Ron with his now 95-year-old mother, Mary Avery. Ron remembers when he first approached his mom about starting the Avery Foundation following the death of his brother Jim in 2015. Jim was well known in the Dubuque community for his involvement in music and the arts.
Mom, she's 95 years old, and she has written every single grant check out. So that's 981 checks for over $500,000. And she's written all of them. And she would never thought she would be writing checks for $500,000.
Mary says she had no idea she's written so many checks to help so many families.
No, I don't keep track of them. I just write them.
981 checks you've written, your son says.
Oh.
How about that? All to help other families. How does that make you feel?
That's great. That's wonderful. You know, we get nice thank yous from a lot of them, so we know what we're doing is right. We wouldn't get these in. And I also write the thank yous for donors. We get a lot of donors. We have great support for the foundation. We wanted to do something. When my daughter had cancer, she was only 20. And I had to went back to Rochester every month. Wow. She was treated there. And it was expensive. You know, you save every month, hope you have enough for the next time you go. And that made us remember, you know, that people need help when they haven't got much to begin with and then have to travel and come up with ways to get there. And then, of course, we lost Jim. He was only 58, and it made sense to try and help people through that. It's a long journey for them. It's an expensive journey. It's hard mentally too. And if you can give help to people to get through their bad times, I think it's a plus.
Also playing a huge role for the Cancer Center is the MercyOne Foundation Executive Director, David Moore.
Overseeing the foundation here at MercyOne Dubuque, you know, I'm out in the community working with a lot of people, and you know, I've met Ron, and he's out there doing a great job, you know, trying to raise funds for a wonderful organization. And I just think, you know, I have the perspective of knowing Ron for the last 4 or 5 years, and he's been really supportive of our mission here. So there's some funds that we have where we're able to, you know, work together with patients to help support them. We have our Cancer Safe Fund here, which helps with some of the similar initiatives that the Avery Foundation has. And you know, if there's things that don't fit within what we're able to do, they're able to step in oftentimes and help those patients as well. So, but Ron, he and the Avery Foundation just do an amazing job. They really are out there, you know, working with people to make their lives better. And we have over 600 nonprofits in the area. Mm-hmm. So people, you know, are getting asked daily on who to support. And I always tell people, you know, when they ask about the Avery Foundation, that the true test of the good work that they do is hearing from the families that they support. Mm-hmm. And I know they're doing a great job because I hear it from the caregivers, the nurses, the staff here at the hospital that, you know, when I ask them, how is the Avery Foundation doing? They just are all in. They are all in on what they're doing because they see how they benefit our patients. So.
The best way to reach us is to go to our website. They can go there and learn how we can help them, how our grants work. They can get the application right off the website, and they just send that in to us. And the staff at MercyOne or the Went Cancer Center, or even in Iowa City, and the Ferguson Cancer Center over in Freeport, they all have nurse navigators that know about the Avery Foundation and will help them through that application process.
So a big thank you to Ron Avery of the Avery Foundation and Kay Takis and everyone at the MercyOne Dubuque Cancer Center for their help. And by the way, Kay Takis will soon be retiring from MercyOne, and I asked her to reflect on her nearly 3 decades with the organization.
Oh, it's been just absolutely remarkable. Feel so honored to have worked with so many great people through the years and for this great organization, truly. I mean, it's just been a wonderful experience to serve the Dubuque region and to work with so many great physicians and a great board and all of our great team members to make sure that people get the care that they need. It's been a wonderful experience.
So thank you to Kay Takis, and we all wish you the very best in your retirement later this month. Coming up, Love Inc. and the return of the Christmas store with Executive Director Colonel Glenn Keith. That's next.